On March 1st, 1938, in the city of Daegu, Korea, a small trading company called Samsung Sangwe was founded. It was the moment when the history of Samsung began. Samsung is named after Sam, literally the number 3, the most favored number in Korea, along with Sung, meaning an eternally shining star. Be great, powerful, and everlasting. Although established in the small rural city of Daegu, Korea during Japanese colonial rule, Samsung Sangwe, as the name connotes, embodied a grandiose ambition of Lee Byung-chul, the 29-year-old founder. Since the founder declared that Samsung was aiming at making a contribution to the national economy, this philosophy has become one of the major values of the company throughout history. In November of 1948, the founder-chairman Lee Byung-chul established a trading company called Samsung Mulsan Gongsa in order to provide people with necessities and thereby lift them out of poverty. Shortly after, however, the Korean War swept the national economy away, and the country was devastated. Right after the Korean War, income per capita of Korea was as low as $67, making it one of the least developed countries in the world. Rice and agricultural goods were the only things that were produced in the country, while everything else such as industrial and consumer goods were imported. Desperate times call for desperate measures. In an attempt to provide the nation with daily goods and make it more self-sufficient and sustainable, Samsung entered into the manufacturing industry by establishing Jail Sugar Manufacturing Company and Jail Industries Incorporated. With the rapid growth of both companies, expensive import goods were fast replaced by domestic products. By shifting from the more lucrative trading business into the manufacturing industry, Samsung made it clear that it was determined to serve the interest of its people and the nation. Later on, thanks to the success of both the trading and manufacturing business, Samsung expanded its scope and flourished to establish a group of companies by the late 1950s. In the 1960s, with the nation's industrialization efforts beginning in earnest, Samsung proactively joined forces and founded Korea Fertilizer in order to nurture the nation's key industries at a rapid pace. In addition, in June of 1968, in an interview with Asahi Newspaper of Japan, Chairman Lee Byung-chul made a momentous announcement that Samsung would enter the electronics industry. When most local electronics companies simply assembled imported parts and components, Samsung set an ambitious goal to surpass Japanese rivals by making a huge investment in building large-scale factories and vertically integrating production processes. In 1975, the Econo TV became a huge hit and made Samsung the #1 national electronics company. The miracle went on, with a series of successful developments including Korea's first color TV, which was exported to Panama, and refrigerator, microwave, and VCR, becoming the leader in the local electronics market. In January of 1973, in a New Year press conference, the Korean government announced that it would open an era of heavy chemical industry, proposing various promotional measures. In response to this, Samsung realigned its businesses, focusing more on the heavy chemical industry, petrochemical, shipbuilding, construction and plants, and aviation, in an attempt to secure the upper hand in strategic industries of the future. While enjoying stable growth in the 1970s, the world faced an energy crisis and suffered from soaring oil prices. Subsequently, it led to cutthroat technological competition in the 1980s. Amid the fierce competition, Samsung decided to make inroads into the high-tech industry in 1983, especially the area of semiconductors, which was called as the rice of industry due to its indispensability. The semiconductor business requires not only cutting-edge technology, but immense investment, and it was widely believed that only a country with a population of 100 million and a GNP of over $10,000 per year could be successful in that business. The US and Japan forecasted Samsung's failure, saying that it's like a toddler trying to fly in the sky. However, the forecast was far off the mark. After 1 year into the business, Samsung successfully developed the 64K DRAM and continued to develop the 256K DRAM and 1MB DRAM, taking a great leap to become a global leading semiconductor manufacturer. Samsung challenged the impossible and pulled it off. The key factors that made the dream come true were its people and technology. Understanding the importance of talent and technology, it established Hoamguan Learning Center, Samsung Economic Research Institute, and Samsung Advanced Institute of Technology. On November 19, 1987, founder Lee Byung-chul, who had been leading the nation's economy, passed away. For him, business was not about pursuing profits, but about taking up challenges, creating new things, and thereby contributing to the nation's economy. Throughout his life, the challenging spirit never died. This man, whose life was fully devoted to the business for people and the nation, will be remembered throughout the history.